This is Thom LaFond from Banshee Tree, and you're listening to No Good Music.
It's better when it's quiet, up beside the edges of the fire. I was out of my mind, and I couldn't remember. Have you always been a liar? So soft-spoken, taken by a louder piece of art. I'd stay, but I don't have a place to start. I think I'd just repeat shit instead of waiting my whole damn life just to finish this line. I was up bad directions with plenty of space to hide. God bless the randomness, I made me kiss the bright blue light. What's left of my intentions?
Hey.
How's it going, Rob?
Hey, good. Welcome to No Good Music.
Thanks for
I'm
having me
Rob,
on.
of course.
Nice to
I'm
meet
with
you.
Thom LaFond. Is that how you say your name?
That's right.
And he is from the band Banshee Tree, based in Colorado. Are you in Colorado today?
Yeah, I live in Lafayette, Colorado. I'm in
Okay.
between Denver and Boulder.
Now, is that where you were originally from?
No, I'm actually originally from Albany, New York.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been in the Front Range of Colorado for about 14 years.
Oh, okay. Because I'm in New Jersey.
Oh,
I
nice.
was always from like this area. The town I grew up in is like 20 minutes. So I'm one of those people that never moved out, never
I
moved.
understand. Yeah, I mean, actually, half of our band is from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like in between Jersey, Philly.
How are you
But
doing
yeah, it's
today?
doing pretty good.
Good.
I've been recording here. My little home studios
Oh, okay.
set up here, and I started writing a new song yesterday, chasing it down.
So you, for our listeners, you are the guitarist and vocalist for
Yeah, that's
Banshee
right.
Tree. You also have a couple solo albums I noticed out.
That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
but I want to start from the beginning. Not the day you were born, but
Yeah.
um, when did you first pick up a guitar? And was there someone or was there a band or artist that influenced you or wanted you to play guitar or play an instrument for that? Yeah.
You know, the reason I wanted to play an instrument, it had less to do with like a particular artist. It was just one day my dad was like, there's this music store where I go to get piano sheet music. He played a little bit of piano,
Hmm.
and he was like, I went to this music store and there's just drums and guitars and you can just play them. And he just planted that seed in my mind. And then later that day, my mom asked me like, is there anything you want to do with your life? We've gone through some
Yeah.
serious stuff. She just beat cancer and was
No,
just
I'm
like, is
sorry.
there anything you want to do with your life? I was 8 years old, and so the last thing, like I didn't have much time to think about it, but I answered really quickly. It was like, I want to play electric guitar and the drums.
Hmm.
And that's what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have thought of that if it wasn't for my dad.
Guitar and drums.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I want to do those things. And the drum set was a little more expensive, so I got a guitar first.
So you
And
can play drums too?
yeah, that was my first like love and that got me into music. And
Oh,
I
okay.
realized that like things from the kit kind of like translate to every instrument you play. And yeah, that was my upbringing. But the first album that made me want to like recreate what I was hearing was like really listening to Jimi Hendrix. My
Okay.
dad got me Smash Hits, which is kind of like his greatest hits
Yeah, smash hits.
record. He got me that the one
I
with,
think Kiss has one smash hits.
it's a great one.
Yeah.
It's like it has like him dressed up as like a cowboy on the
Oh,
front.
okay.
I had no context, but I just fell in love with the way that music sounded, and I wanted to play electric guitar,
Hmm.
aiming at that goal. And
Now, did you
yeah,
discover
so
music? Was this, are we talking the 90s? I don't know how old you're a
oh
lot
yeah,
younger than
I
me.
was born in 1991, so
Okay.
this was like the 1999.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you in any bands before Banshee Tree?
Yeah, I had a band called Dirty Paris.
Okay.
That was from like based out of Albany, New York.
Hmm. Okay.
And yeah, that was like my basically my high school band that I ended up going on tour and stuff with
Okay.
later on. And
And you said you moved to Colorado, what, like you said, how long ago? 14, 18? years ago?
14 years. Yeah.
Okay. And what made you move to Colorado? Was it music, your or family, or
Well, my band had broken up, and it was like the first opportunity to go on a road trip.
okay?
Friend was driving across the country, and I was like, "Can I
And
hop
you
in the
liked it
car?"
out there?
Yeah, I kind of did a run of all the places I wanted to go to, like
Oh, okay.
New Orleans and like San Francisco, and kind of a big circle around the country. But I stopped in Colorado, and conveniently kind of like ran out of money there.
Hmm.
So I had to stay for a few extra weeks. And while I was there, I was like busking on the street, playing music, and I loved the feeling of busking there. Like after like going around the whole country trying to street perform, that was a spot that I was able to, gather an audience the easiest and
Yeah.
get paid.
And not get arrested because I think some
Yeah, not get
cities they
arrested.
might try to, depends on how loud you are, maybe. But
A lot of places you need permature, so it's nice
oh,
you can
yeah.
just walk up with Pearl Street.
For people who have never heard your music, we're talking about Banshee Tree before. Who would you compare your music to? I mean, it's very unique, and your website describes it as indie psychedelic pop, and it actually says rock band, pop rock band. So is that a good description?
Yeah, it's a it's a good description. It leaves a lot to the
Yeah, yeah.
imagination, and our band is like we have a lot of influences. Like every
Hmm.
player has like a whole wealth of styles of music they like to play, and a background they came from in music, and everybody's been playing their instrument.
Yeah, I can hear that on the new album. And I was lucky enough, I've heard the new album. I've listened to it a couple of times. But before we're going to talk about the new album, but I want to get into, I'm intrigued by the band's name. And I have here a banshee is a female spirit in Irish folklore. And this won't be out. The podcast won't be out until your album comes out. I'm planning that. But today is
Gotcha.
St. Patrick's Day. And
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
they herald the death of a family member, usually by screaming, wailing, or shrieking. So this we're talking about a banshee tree.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, in my understanding, it's not necessarily the death of a family member. The
Hmm.
concept of banshee tree is it's just kind of like a warning. They
Okay.
come to give you some sort of a warning.
Okay.
I'm not Irish, and I don't
Yeah.
come from like that folklore. But yeah, I think it can be the concept can be that they're coming to warn you. Usually, if something bad that's going to happen. I don't
Okay.
think they come to tell you that like you're going to find your keys as soon
Yeah.
as you start looking for them, or like
Yeah.
they're yeah. I think the idea
Something
is that
more ominous than
yeah, it's
that.
like an ominous warning. It's usually a scream. They scream, so it's like that's kind of where some of the imagery lies for me is like in the way like the saxophone will go off on
Okay.
solo breaks, and like we
Hmm.
try to create this like screaming energy within the music, even if sometimes it's a little more toned in
Yeah.
than like based around the song.
Did you have other names for the band, or is this just something that maybe you had a lot of names and you're like that one fits? Or
Kind of the opposite of like had a lot of bands under
oh,
this
okay.
name. In the very beginning, it was like it was me and my friend, and we would hire like different people wherever we would go to play with us, and it was kind of
Okay.
a swing jazz project.
Hmm.
So we were playing like hotels and like restaurants, playing like jazz and swing, but under the name Banshee Tree, and then like moved to Colorado, kept that going. The bass player joined the band, who's now in the band. Fiddle player joined the band, and then the percussionist quit, and then
Hmm.
Michelle joined on the drum. So it was kind of like the name stayed the same, but the sound of the band and the people in the band changed
Yeah.
for the first few years.
Okay.
And that was like as soon as I got to Colorado. So really, this version of the band has been a band for about 9 years right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I found a video from 2018 for Mothbox, which I
Yep.
that's a great
Oh,
live song. And your hair
thank
was
you.
longer then.
Certainly, yeah. COVID did a number on my
Yeah.
stress levels.
But so currently the band is you, like I said, vocal and guitar, Michelle, and I'm gonna get her last name wrong because I'm bad with names. Petra Petrofita.
Yep,
Petrofita.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
Petrified.
Drums, vocals, Jesse Shantor, keyboard, saxophone, and Jason Bertone bass. Does he always play the upright? or because
Yeah,
I
it's
love
he plays an
good
upright.
upright bass.
He plays an upright bass. The one he plays on stage is like a it's a silent bass. So it's the same. It's kind of like a ghost bass because it
Okay.
has the whole structure of the bass minus the sides, and then
Oh, okay.
there's like a little fake side attached to it, so and
Hmm.
you can lean on it.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it came from we were touring in like two Toyota Priuses for a bit,
Yeah.
and bringing an upright bass in one of them, and
Hmm.
it was
Wow.
hard to make space for that. So
Yeah, it's
now he
across
has some.
everyone's lap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You do what you got to do, but yeah, and it has a really cool sound too.
Hmm.
It sounds kind of like an electric fretless, but it has a lot more snap like an upright bass. Yeah.
Now, how long has this the four of you that those members been together? That version of Banshee Tree,
The version where it was
like today, like the version
sporadic
you
was
have
like,
now.
oh, the version we have now,
Yeah.
it's the same three members, me, Jason, and Michelle,
Okay.
have been playing together as Banshee Tree for 9 years now.
Okay.
And Jesse joined to replace a fiddle player,
Hmm.
Nick Carter. So Jesse joined almost 2 years ago. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
guess only 2 years with this exact same format.
Now, did you have a saxophone player
In the
before
very
this?
beginning of the band, there was
Okay.
often mostly a saxophone player, and then a violinist was brought in, fiddle
Yeah.
player.
I think it's
Um,
unique because saxophone, and he also plays keyboards, and
yep,
he'll play the keyboards and then he'll play the saxophone. So I think that's pretty unique. I just saw, do you know the band Mammoth?
I don't.
Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie Van
Oh,
Halen's
cool.
son.
Yeah, so
I've seen them. I just saw them Saturday for the third time, and he
cool.
played the piano, but he also had his guitar still like strap, and
Still
then
playing with the
he
left
went
hand.
from the piano right to the guitar, like with the lead, and I thought that was very
Yeah, yeah.
unique. So I think it's unique when you have someone that's playing a couple instruments one after the other. It's almost like you have an extra member in the band.
Oh, definitely. Jesse is that guy. That was the kind of cool thing about this. When he joined 2 years ago, we were in the middle of creating this album, Bad Luck,
Yeah.
and the it was right as like our fiddle player was leaving, and we had finished the basing like the basic tracks for an entire record, but we didn't want to release a record with violin on it and then tour on it for the next year or
Yeah.
two. It didn't make
Hmm.
sense, so he kind of rearranged it for like for the saxophone
Hmm.
being like a major part of the band, and I ended up playing all these keyboard parts on the record and piano stuff. Even before Jesse had joined, I was like filling the songs in with that stuff. He like came right in and like it was like any little place in the music that it can get elevated by another texture, he was like right there with like two to three things happening at a time. Like he
Yeah.
sings too, so he's like either doing a background vocal and a keyboard part at the same time, or he's playing saxophone, or
Hmm.
he's doing sax and a synthesizer at the same time. And yeah, it's so cool to see how many different variations of him just like really filling out a lot of the new sound of the band. Yeah.
Now, I noticed something great with your band, besides the music, is you guys look like you're having fun. It looks like
Hell
you,
yeah.
it looks like you all, I mean, you have, if you're about to go on tour, you have to get along. And we'll talk about this van and the fundraiser you have towards the end. That's what you're aiming for is one vehicle,
Yeah,
but we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about the album. It's called Bad Luck, comes out April 17th.
that's right.
Uh, 8 tracks, which is nice. We've been doing the podcast a while, and I say many times, I've reviewed like new albums, and there's like 20 songs on it, and they're not all good. It's like, why couldn't you figure out, the 10 songs? So now I don't know if if you only recorded 8 songs, but these songs, I think they're all great, and they do
Thank you.
showcase your different styles. Not too far from what you are. It's
Mhm.
not like you got a heavy metal song on here and then a folk song,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
Yeah, it's closer to the center of the song.
Now, are you the main songwriter, or does the band maybe contribute a little bit? Like the lyrics are who's
I do write all the lyrics, and
okay.
I write all the lyrics and the songs themselves.
Hmm.
And then the band, we get together and
Okay.
we arrange the songs to kind of like, bring out everyone's strengths in their playing. And then Michelle adds in, like, yeah, on the album, she added in a lot of layers of vocals.
Yeah, harmonies and
Yeah.
yeah.
Harmonies, and
Yeah.
so it was just, we like got together and got like creative in the album making process all together. Like Jesse came over and he'd write out like four different sax lines, and
Okay.
I'd leave the room and he'd get comfortable with them and come back in and hit record, and it
Yeah.
would be like a choir of saxophone suddenly. And
Yeah.
we kind of had fun with the record, like to make layers and arrange. So yeah, it's like predominantly I'm writing the songs and producing them, but also like everyone's like individuality and spirit in their playing, which
Yeah.
is what makes them what they are.
Now, is there any I like to ask this, is there any like odd place you've come up with a song or a lyric, like you're at the Home Depot or you're uh
I've had some introspective moments at the Home Depot.
okay.
One time I like went there with my friend who's a songwriter, and I think we had both gone through breakups. Walked around the Home Depot. He didn't tell me what he was looking for. We
Uh-huh.
spent like 15 minutes just like in silence walking around the Home Depot, and then proceeded to have like the greatest conversation. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, but no, in terms of, and then that conversation did lead to a song.
Mhm.
But I think, yeah, honestly, I write most of what I write while I'm driving.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I usually just hit record for like, if I have a
I
20-minute
actually
drive.
have here, you're gonna think I'm lying, but I said I'm always interested in how songs come together, whether it's while driving a car or in the middle of the night.
Oh,
So I have it
there we
covered.
go.
Yeah.
Or at the Home
Yeah.
Depot, yeah.
Well, I had a friend, he was the lead singer to Smithereens, big New Jersey
Hmm.
band.
Yeah, for them.
He passed away, unfortunately. But he would have a notepad next to his bed. So I don't know, if he woke up in the middle of the night or
Yeah,
had a
you have to
dream
write
or
it.
something, yeah, he would write it down.
Hmm.
But then, sometimes you wake up, or then later you wake up and you don't know what you wrote. It could be too.
Sometimes I'll like write a whole song and come back and I'll forget the melody that I had
Hmm.
it to. And then I'll go through a period of being like a little frustrated, like, oh, that melody was good. And then I
Yeah,
try to just fit that piece kind of to a new melody. And
yeah.
so, sometimes it feels like I lost the chance at the like the golden melody, the one that
You
works
need
the
to
best.
record into your phone
Yeah.
because
Yeah, exactly.
I write. I haven't put together any songs, but I write lyrics. Or I'm just if I get
Cool.
ideas, I'm gonna start writing some instrumental stuff. Maybe I will get sometime, and I don't think I'm a good singer, but if I get something like that, like a melody, I'll record it into my phone. Even if I don't have many of the words, and then
Yeah.
you don't forget it. Because it does go away.
I have like 35,000 voice
Oh,
memos on
okay.
my phone of song blips. And again, because I
Yeah.
do record all the time when I'm driving. And then
Hmm.
I've started to put them in folders within voice memos. And what I'll do is I'll take a whole day and just listen back and take notes on them.
Yeah.
And then that feels like I can break them out of the voice memos thing. And then sometimes I'll just write my like of 40 minutes of me blabbing, I'll find like maybe like two stanzas of like verse material, and I'll write it on a piece of paper, like Sharpie marker. And I'll just like leave it on the floor of my room and then think about those little bits of it. And then if I can remember something else from it, it's proof that it was like I'm worth like remembering, So
Yeah. Yeah.
like think of one line. If one comes through and I just know it, I'm like, oh, that's definitely going in the song. If I sang it once, improvised, okay, that means something. or it's just catchy. You know, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
catchy line. Let's throw that in the summer.
So you released two singles so far, Bright Blue Light and
Yeah,
the title track, Bad Luck.
that's right.
So I want to talk about some of the songs on the album. There's a song, let's talk about track one, Look High Over the Mountain.
Yeah.
I think it's a great opening track, very laid back, smooth sound. But I was blown away by the sudden guitar solo in it.
Sudden, yeah.
Home like a language I never speak. All I need.
It's like halfway through.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
kind of remind me of Carlos Santana, actually.
Thank you. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
huge influence on.
Just the way you're playing that, and there's actually this is a unique song because there's kind of a rap rhythm going on.
Mhm.
And it also reminded me of Sublime. Do you know Sublime?
Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's kind of an interesting. Yeah, I don't really play too much of like reggae rock stuff, and
Hmm.
like my style, like it is more of kind of like on that track. It's it's like an acoustic hip hop beat. I don't know. There's like saxophone and piano are kind
Yeah.
of the main like moving chords in it,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's a grand piano but played like octaves down low. And then usually I play guitar really fully, like the whole song through. But I kind of like the idea of it just being like a shocking moment
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
soon as the drums hit that fill, just to come
Oh,
in with
yeah.
like a
You're not expecting it.
Santana's definitely a big influence on me. I play the same
Oh,
kind of
okay.
guitar. It's like I play in like an orange PRS, like an old
Okay.
one.
There you go.
But yeah, like the sustain you get from the notes on that guitar, it's like so. Yeah, I had fun with that. Yeah, that
And then
song.
the title track. Now, this is a compliment, but this song sounds, and it's hard to have a song that doesn't sound like something else at this point, I think.
Yeah,
There's so much new music and so many bands out there. And you know what it is? And it's a little different than back, say, in the 70s or 80s when you're trying to get a recording contract and this is actually pretty much kind of the same, not where you want to recording, but where you want to be heard. There's so many different, someone could record a song like Billie Eilish, in her bedroom and put it out the next day, before she was famous, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Anyone could record a song and just, put it out. So anyway, this song reminds me of I Will Survive. The verse
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
by Gloria Gaynor. The way
Love
you
that.
phrase,
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
I heard a voice out in the static. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to run. With every first idea so dramatic, lying to yourself to keep it fun. So I learned before I jump on the ledge, just waiting for a sign. If I could, I'd shake off the bad luck. I've been making real good time.
do you hear that? Like what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I hear it in the harmony of the song, like
Yeah.
the
Once
root
I was
movement of the
afraid.
song is
Yeah.
it it's moving through the circle of fifths, like the same,
Hmm.
it's I love that song because it's so like on the nose with its chords, like it moves through the like what I would consider like the sequence of chords
Yeah.
that song moves through. You know, the bass
Hmm.
walks exactly down the way it's supposed to, and the melody follows it all the way down. It's like a
Yeah.
staircase. And so, yeah, in writing this song, like that's a river that's going, and I followed the same river. Like, all right, we're going. The
Hmm.
chords are moving in this direction, and usually you can be like a little bit more coy with it. Like you play like one stop on that chord, and then like you'd move to another one. Like you'd leave some space. You wouldn't just play the whole sequence. But
Yeah.
both of those songs do share that they move through the circle, or not
Yeah.
through the circle of fifths, but through they move in this. Like Autumn Leaves is another song, like a jazz standard that also
Hmm.
has a similar chord
Okay.
movement. I'd say, yeah, and it's funny because I've never really written a song like that except for Bad Luck.
No, it's a
I
great
definitely get what you
song.
hear. Thank you.
No, it's a great song.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that one has some like more like Latin influence in it, like a more really into salsa music, but
Mhm.
particularly there's a few guitar players I really love that kind of emulate salsa montunos and salsa like patterns on the electric guitar. Like if you listen to Tom Waits at all,
Yeah.
the Mark for like the guitarist Mark Ribot, he's his tone to me is like just like my favorite guitar tone. It's like anxious, biting animal of a sound, and he'll get this crazy tone, but then he'll play like really, really like in the pocket Latin rhythms on the
Uh-huh.
guitar, and specifically like Cuban montuno stuff. And like he is a big influence on my playing on that song and just in general. But yeah, Mark Ribot is like definitely like one of the big inspirations for that. But yeah, I don't know that like this song has a lot more. Yeah, and like Ry Cooder has an album that is like all almost like Cubano guitar. Like
Okay.
I love the one with the Social Club albums and mix of Creole, like like Puerto Rican salsa stuff. There's so much like amazing texture in the drums and like how guitars can work together, pianos and Santana. And back to Santana, like that was his whole sound was like biting electric guitar over really in the pocket layered
Hmm.
drums. Yeah,
And then let's go to track five, Company of Crows. There's a great sax solo on this song from Jesse and another guitar
yeah,
solo. Yeah. But I'm
yeah. This I
interested
love that saxophone.
about this song, think goes with the next song because you mentioned Stellar. Are you mentioning Stellar J, right? In this
Yeah, yeah,
song?
yeah.
Because it sounds
They're
like
like the Blue
Jane
Jays
to
out
me,
here.
but
Ah, so
and
you can go either way.
and
Yeah.
I never heard the term stellar jet, and then I looked at, and it's a bird.
Yep.
Uh, and is it common in Colorado? I would assume, or
It's
like,
actually one of the most common birds we see here because like I was like living up in the mountains and um in like a little shack with no running water and electricity for 2 years
mhm.
when I first moved out here. And in the wintertime, like there'd be like, birds all summer, but in the wintertime there'd be basically only like three birds that would hang
Mhm.
around: the
Okay.
crows, the magpies, and the Stellar Jays. And I think they're all kind of related. I think they are kind of
I've heard of
similar.
magpie.
Yeah, I think the magpie is related to the crow. I don't really know my bird stuff, but at the same time, like I wrote that song sitting in that cabin and realizing like it's getting cold. I need to get some more firewood, and there's only these like particular birds that are hanging around.
Hmm.
It's like everyone else left, but but
Uh-huh.
you guys are here. It's kind of like yeah, it's just a kind of just explaining like the winter and the like will to like stay in a difficult place through the
And because I don't, because this isn't streaming yet, or I don't have the album, I don't have the lyrics. Tell me what I swear you're saying Stellar J, you're on your phone, but it's probably I'm probably
oh really?
that's what I
No, that's so funny. All your own have flown.
oh really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess it's a little mumbly.
I'm
Yeah.
like these
All
birds
your own
are
have
like
flown. Like,
talking on cell phones over there.
it's not, it's
No.
more like all the rest of the birds are gone. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
you here. It's just you and the crows.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. All your own have flown. Cellar J, you're awake in the company of crows.
One last song I want to talk is the one after that because I think it seems like all four of you have like except for I didn't hear really a song with prominent bass. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think it's this song, Stellar J Theme. It's a sax solo, and I think it's
Oh yeah.
great that I wouldn't say you're the leader of the band. I mean, you're the singer. People think that the singer is, the leader. But to give another band member a showcase, a song, I think it's only sax. Is there other instruments in this song? Unless they're in the
There's not,
background.
this one is really close to how we play live.
Okay.
There's not a lot of like layers of like piano and synth and stuff in it. It's
Yeah.
it's really mostly just vocals, electric guitar, and saxophone. Whereas all the other songs, there's like a synthesizers and padding and piano parts.
Hmm.
This one is uh almost completely just like the way we sound live plus layers of vocals.
Okay.
Um and so yeah, the sax really shines through like, the way Jesse plays on that song for sure. He's like, and yeah, that he really leans in hard for that solo.
Track 7 is Glue.
Hmm.
I wanted to talk about that one. And you have a banjo player named Andy Thorne. I think this is a little different than the other songs on the album. It's
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Uh,
Well, keep in mind we used to have a fiddle player in the band.
okay.
And when we first started working on this album, this was one of the songs we put a lot of like work into building. Like
Okay.
Rochelle spent a lot of time building her vocal harmonies on it, and the context was this is like a song for the fiddle to kind of rip
Okay.
bluegrass kind of
Yeah.
all of a sudden. And then Andy Thorne has just been a friend of the band's for a long time. We played at his wedding, and
Is he he's in
um,
Colorado?
yeah, he's based
Yeah.
close to Boulder, and yeah, he's just an amazing musician. It's amazing to know someone like him, and yeah, he recorded the banjo on the track, and yeah, that's the only song where Jesse he didn't feel like it needed a sax solo.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like, this one, let's just let the banjo go.
But I love the one line in this song. You're gonna have to sing me back to sanity.
Yeah.
And I have here, it should be on a shirt. So I
Oh
think,
shit, thanks.
yeah. Or you could just have sing me back to sanity.
It's amazing like how calming music can be. Like it can be also the thing that drives me
Oh
completely
yeah.
insane, but
Hmm.
it can be like the most calming thing. I've been like, like sitting there with my like friend just like playing guitar in the living room, like the sound of that and how relaxing that can be to me
Yeah.
when you start spinning, like it's amazing
Well, I'd
for me.
rather, yeah. I'm in my, of course, music room here. And
Yeah, yeah.
like this is upstairs in my house. And I close the door and I just listen to music, and try and not watch TV. Our saying on the podcast is turn off the TV and turn up the music. That's our.
Love that. I love
So,
that. I don't have a TV.
oh, okay.
I'm with that.
You don't have a TV. I'm intrigued with people that don't watch because I'm like a
Yeah, I
TV
mean,
addict.
I've never really watched much TV. I like occasionally watch like cartoons on like a laptop. But like throughout my whole life, kind of music thing kind of has
Oh
always been a
yeah,
little more fun. Fun, like
yeah.
if I'm home by myself, like start writing a song that will take up all the extra minutes in
Oh
the
yeah.
day. So,
People don't
um,
realize that writing, and like I said, I used to be in a band and I've written some songs, but yeah, just it takes an incredible amount of time. What are your thoughts on AI? Because I know
oh,
musicians, I probably know your thoughts because they're the same that I
I don't know.
feel.
I'm weird with it. I the things that I don't like about it, I would love to see change. Like I don't love the data centers. I don't love the amount of power and clean water
Oh
that's
yeah,
going
that.
into
Yep.
running
Yes.
them. That's my biggest concern.
Hmm.
is the environmental concerns of AI. Somebody told me that they think that computer processing is going to get to the point where we're not going to need those centers anymore, and it's going to be like computers
Hmm.
themselves are going to be powerful enough to utilize that kind of technology. And sure, if it heads that way, then I wonder how I would feel about it if it wasn't like just like environmental concerns. Because we need that water. We need clean water. We need clean air. We need space for people to live. Like
They said
it's
AI use as much water as people as spring water as people have drank in spring water.
yeah,
That's
it's terrifying. Like well,
yeah.
that's not a good thing to be just throwing away so we can have something generate
Oh yeah.
works of art for us. Like it would be cool if it could, it's cool like some of the like administrative things that it can do, like the
Yeah.
organizational tools, like if I rambled into AI for a minute and it's like organize this in a way that it makes sense,
Hmm.
probably be good for me. Like I'm a rambler,
Yeah.
so like I think the using it as a structure to like organize your thoughts and ideas is cool. Like outright putting the like an instant prompt output out in the
Hmm.
world as if it's art that you personally
Oh
created
yeah.
is
Yeah.
really confusing to me because
Yeah.
it just I wouldn't I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but like
It
I won't personally take pride if that's in
yeah.
a piece of work that if that was how I created it or
It
how I
should have never been given to the public, as because
well
that's when you run into
well
problems. Yeah.
I think there's gonna be some really interesting legality around like copyright and
Oh yeah.
what these bots are or like what what's being trained like what's the training materials are because for instance if you ask a Suno to make like a 70s fusion jazz record it's
Hmm.
going to copy it's not going to come up with a bunch of different variations of interesting fusion jazz if you
It's going
regenerate
to take bits and pieces from what's already
it's
there.
gonna but
Yeah.
it's also sometimes ripping one thing off directly for
Oh
instance
yeah.
in
Yeah.
that instance the bass will always be Jocko
That's what
like
I'm saying. It's getting stuff from what's already like out
yeah
there
what's
that
already been
someone
trained
had
yeah.
created. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that and it's not reaching from enough places sometimes. So that borders on copyright infringement. Like if you're like, oh, copy all like 90s 2000s R&B singers and make one voice, like it's gonna sound
Hmm.
AI and perfect, right? But if you're like, oh, sorry, we only trained on Beyonce, then every song is gonna sound like Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like if the AI, then, and to me, that is a copyright infringement. If it has the capability of like absolutely understanding what a singer is doing and their style and whatnot, and then created a million songs based on that, the capability to create that, that's a
Yeah.
little dangerous unless it's actually reaching from an infinite pool. If it's
Hmm.
only training on one specific thing, then it is kind of just ripping shit off. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. I don't like that part. It's crazy that we have that tool, but
Well, I know because someone like yourself who actually you come up with the lyrics, you come up with the notes, the chords, like that's all you and someone can basically sit here and tell it what it wants to sound like and
hmm
oh, I created a song or they're creating whole albums.
yeah,
There's this actress, her name's Tilly. Look her up. She's AI and now she's coming out with a song. And so
yeah.
this is where I don't like AI, but I have, I trying to eat a little bit more healthier. So I actually chat GPT. I asked it for like a week's worth of healthy, and I already made some of the recipes. And yeah,
That's
I
great.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Um,
we used to rely on like individual like YouTube videos of people like helping us like do things like if you're like, oh shit, I want to like, like, oh, watch these videos from this nutritionist channel or something. Now
mhm.
it's like chat is just like this like instant
Oh yeah.
um like is instant like, oh yeah, anything you want, like, oh, how often should I post on my Facebook in order to gain like traction? And it will be like,
Uh-huh.
here is a game plan of when you should post and what you should post. Like
Every
those ways
10
of using it,
minutes.
I think it's cool. I think yeah, I think that stuff is like
Yeah.
that's where I think it's a really come it's doing a lot of work that would
Yeah.
otherwise be you'd have to be getting that information from a bunch of different places yourself. And
Yeah.
it's crazy it can just like give you it instantly. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's pretty wrong though. For instance, I went to go see a show the other night, or not the other night, but a few months ago, and this is a band Gong. Have you heard of Gong?
No, no.
They're like one of my favorite like 70s European rock, like prog rock bands.
Oh yeah.
Uh, you should check their
I'll have to
first
check them
couple
out.
albums out. Yeah, Gong is amazing, like, masterful. And I saw that they were touring and they're coming to Denver and playing like a really tiny bar. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense because they would
Yeah.
be like almost 90 years old.
Oh. Yeah.
And then so I looked up like who are the active touring members of
Hmm.
Gong? And the
Yeah.
AI overview is like the active touring members of
Oh
Gong
yeah.
are these people. I'm like, I'm about to go see the original members of this band. And I got there and there wasn't a single original
Oh
member.
real. Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
that's like
like what information like
Foreigner.
yeah,
They have.
members.
I don't think. Well, there's one, and he started touring with them again, but he's close to 80. Lou Graham. But I think
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
toured without him, and it's like no original member. And
Yeah, I mean it's like inheriting a band or something, you know?
when you like a band for who the singer, the guitar, certain aspects, that I don't think they should still be called that. And this new band hasn't recorded like any, I mean, as far as I know, anything,
I see, yeah.
you know.
The new members did like record new stuff, and there's a lot of information about them and their tours. But for some reason, I instead of doing a deeper dive, I read that top like AI overview thing as if that was just
Yeah,
factual
yeah.
information. So it's just like realizing how wrong it can be still, even though it's infinitely wise.
Oh, one last thing. The on AI is Joe Bonamassa, right? You
Yeah,
know, Joe. He he put out last night, he posted a poster that he's selling, that he signs, and I swear it's AI. And I'm very disappointed
like the
that
album or the poster
it,
artwork.
yeah, it
Yeah, yeah.
looks AI. And here's someone that I don't know if he's a millionaire. Some people that tour all the time don't make a lot of money,
Yeah, yeah.
but here's
I'm
someone
sure
that
it's
has
good
money
thing.
that could pay someone to do artwork for them.
Yeah. Well, I
And
have a little bit of there's a pain in my heart for the artists that had a very digital style. Like
yeah, yeah,
before the AI thing, there's so many artists that did this like intensely like like visual and colors and they digitally affect it and like or they would
yeah.
just work really hard with their hands in a digital thing. They would still be like
Mhm. Oh yeah,
hand drawing everything, but then using these
yeah,
tools like that style has been around, especially like in the electronic music world. Like almost all the album art was like that style
yeah,
for a while. Like it's like very digitally emphasized,
mm,
but still artwork that took a fucking long time to create. Sorry, but like
yeah,
like now as soon as AI came in, like from my perspective, all of the like generated art, especially when the first like pre-generated things started coming out, like people's faces, is like
hmm,
it all resembled to me my talented friends that made digital style art. Like it felt like it was
yeah,
coming for them first. Like it was
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
we're gonna
Oh
and so
yeah,
now like if I see someone do that style, there is like almost an assumption like, oh, that's AI. And so that's kind of the danger of it for me is like, like shit, like they're like to be able to de-skill something not recognize it's like in the 30s when Louis Armstrong hit a really high trumpet note, everyone was like, holy shit, he's hitting this
hmm,
high C. Like,
yeah,
or like whatever, like people would have this interest in music enough to know that like when something was impressive to them,
yeah,
something,
hmm,
but every era like goes through like a de-skilling of music and art, which is cool. Like France in the 20s is bike tire. It's like this piece is called bike tire.
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
it's I think it's a natural part of art, but the AI is just another chapter in that.
I think
For
you're
me, like
right because artists that actually used, paint and canvas, and then along came Photoshop and Illustrator and other
yeah,
programs like that, and they were looked down upon, like you were saying, create the digital art, and now here we got
yeah,
something that totally eliminates even that.
yeah,
Um,
kind of. Unfortunately,
yeah,
at least it seems that way to me because of like what you're saying. Like neither of us really know if that Joe Bonamassa art is
yeah,
actually
oh
AI,
yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe it really resembles the style that AI has been
More and
stealing.
more people though are claiming, they'll say this is not AI. I have a friend who does cosplay, and he he actually makes swords, and he has
Cool,
something in his backyard. He's like a blacksmith or something back there, or like a
cool.
and he has stuff that he's created, and he actually has to tell people this is not AI. This is or
Yeah,
it'll
yeah,
be a photo from like 15 years ago before AI. But
yeah.
he gets angry if someone thinks it's AI because he put a lot of work into it
Oh
more than
yeah.
just pressing a couple buttons.
Exactly. If someone sees something like unbelievable now, instead of being shocked and like, whoa, that got my attention, it's like, that's
Yeah,
AI, move on, you know? So
yeah,
that's the danger of it for me is like, I just think things that were artistic or impressive or like a feat of humanity is going to be reduced to like,
it's
oh, it's not real, or if
oversaturated.
maybe it's real, but does it matter anyway? Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
even matter.
yeah. Nobody's impressed anymore.
Yeah, which is fine. But like I'm in show business, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
literally try to put on a show here.
yeah. I think we talked enough about AI.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why you said let's talk about it. I was like,
That's
oh
okay.
no. I'm gonna go
um,
off.
touring, have you started a tour yet, or
We just did a leg of the tour. We kind of have it broken up in a bunch of different legs, but we were out in the Pacific Northwest. We did the Crystal Ballroom and the Hidden Hall in Seattle.
okay,
So Portland, Seattle, and Bellingham, the Wild Buffalo. We did a little run up to the Northwest and back.
okay,
And then the upcoming tour has us routed a whole bunch of different places. But
yeah. Now I noticed you're only doing like the West Coast. Have you toured the East Coast before?
we have done with this version of the band with within the last 2 years we've come out to the East Coast and done like up the coast a little bit, like as far as Jersey and New York. We actually played at a festival called Beard Fest, and it's in the Pine Barrens.
Beard
Um,
Fest. Okay.
yeah, it's a cool festival. This band called Beard Space hosts it, and they're yeah, just really good musicians, and they throw a really big, awesome festival, and yeah, in Jersey. So we did that, and then a connecting tour on the East Coast. But the last times we've been east, we've just done like New Orleans and then not down into Florida and
Oh, okay.
as far like Key
Yeah.
West, we did like the South,
Have you heard of
roughly.
Music Fest
Music Fest?
In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania,
I think I have heard of it. Was
near
it like what?
Allentown? It's like
Yeah,
10
yeah,
days. There's a
yeah. It's
lot of
big.
there's the main stage, but then there's all these other stages for like smaller bands. And
Cool.
it's like 10 days of, drinking and music and
Sounds great.
uh
Yeah, we should get in on that.
because I'm more on the west coast of, New Jersey.
Hmm.
People don't think there's a central New Jersey, but I'm kind of I'm neither north or south, so I'm in the middle there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm like I could probably go 20-25 minutes and go to Pennsylvania, from here. And
Gotcha.
and I go to Bethlehem a lot because that's where I saw Mammoth at Wind Creek, and that's like 35-40 minutes from me, so it's doable.
Cool, cool.
Now I don't know, have you ever put out a live album, or have you considered it? Because I think I've seen some of your live video, and like I said, you guys look like you're having fun. I think that would work for you guys to do like a
Cool.
live album.
Yeah, I think we've done a lot of live recordings and stuff. There's like show recordings and stuff on archive.
Yeah.
But in terms of like producing. We did just put out a YouTube video of a whole live show, a whole like hour and
Oh,
a half.
okay. Yeah, I did see that.
Um,
Yeah.
just put that out the other day. We've been holding on to it for a long time. And we have like multi cam footage
Okay.
and mixes and stuff of the rest of it, but the feeling was like we just want to put out an entire show so people can see the just the front camera live
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just but yeah, we have a bunch more live videos coming out. In terms of a full live album, we're gonna keep recording shows, and like if it feels like there's magic moments from the live show
Yeah.
that we feel like should be on a album, I think that's a really good point. We should definitely
Mhm.
go there. So
Now, are you putting out vinyl or just CDs or is it just digital? Oh,
all three. We're doing, yeah, the
okay.
digital, we're doing vinyl, we're doing CDs.
Okay.
The vinyl is being pressed right now by our friends,
Nice.
Heady Wax Fiends. They're a record club, and they've partnered with us to do our first pressing.
And I
Uh,
read this was your second album.
yeah, this is the second record with Banshee Tree. The first one had the violinist on it, and I think it came out in 2021.
Okay. Yeah,
I
five
think it
years
was
ago.
like August of 2021. Yeah.
So have you guys just been playing shows and been busy with that? Because 5 years is a long time between
Yeah, I
albums.
mean, it was, we spent a lot of time on the first version of the new record with the violinist, and then he quit 2 years ago. We
Hmm.
pivoted, so it
Okay.
took a little bit,
Oh,
and
okay.
then the record actual tracking was done a while ago, but the editing and mixing, mastering, planning our how we are going to release the record, all of that stuff, we gave it a lot of time and
Yeah.
breath.
Yeah.
But yeah, the moment of like, we didn't if we rushed the record, we'd have a record that was dramatically different with probably definitely with violin. All those songs would have violin on it, and then we'd have to kind of record the record anyway. So
Mhm.
I'm happy that we took the time, but yeah, that was a lot of time in between. We all been like in between. I was working, learning how to produce records, and spending a lot of time learning from my mentor Jay Elliott in the studio, and Ed Michelle was working so hard on her craft, also songwriting and those things. Jesse's always he works as a handyman as well as always working on his playing. He plays like 10 different instruments. So and Jason's playing so much bass in between and doing like jazz and swing stuff. We do a lot of that together still as well.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned before, I want to talk about you have a fundraiser. Uh,
That's right.
and I actually have information here. You have on your website, help us crowdfund a van and tour expenses so we can continue touring the country to share it with you. There's nothing wrong with that. And what happened to the old van I have here? Last April, our beloved van, and I love this. You gave it a name,
Yeah, Michelle named it
Otis, but it's ODYS Reading.
because it's a Honda Odyssey,
And
and
there you go.
the
Okay.
some letters fell off, so it just said
Oh, nice,
Otis,
nice.
and so we started calling the van Otis, and then
Yeah.
it was red, so Michelle decided it
Okay.
was Otis Redding. We love that van.
So the transmission went on the first day of your tour.
Yeah, of that tour. Yeah, I think I had just gotten back from I was in Jamaica on a boat
Hmm.
doing a gig with there's the Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefers were playing
Okay.
on the
Hmm.
boat, and I was doing my own gigs and stuff, and I had just came from that and flew in just in time to get in the van. We got in the van and we started driving to Wyoming, and as soon as we get to like little past like Green River,
Hmm.
it just blew up. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, Jesse's a mechanic. He usually, it wasn't negligence. That van just got worked really hard.
Hmm.
We had,
Now,
I think it
did
was
you
fun
get
out
the
to
new
people.
van yet? Or I saw, I don't know if you want me to say how much you're up to, or but I
Yeah,
saw
I
on the
think
website.
we're waiting to like the fundraiser's not hasn't fully gone through yet. So
Yeah.
we have a couple more things before we really have a event. We have like, things in mind, but
Okay.
yeah.
I donated 15, so
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
give
We have to write your name in the van
yeah,
now.
my name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man.
Uh,
I'll maybe a little doodle too. I'm excited
yeah.
to be drawing all over the van after
And
the
you
fundraiser.
haven't gotten the van yet, so but I have a name for it. I think you should name the new. You should always name
Yeah,
vehicles.
definitely name
And I
it.
have one for you. You can use it or not. Uh, Van Hollen.
Van
Holland, like you're
It's
hauling
good.
equipment.
I
Yeah.
know
If you get a
that.
van, yeah, Van
Van
Hollen.
Hollen. Yeah.
I don't
Obviously a
know.
Van Halen fan over here.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So I have one more question. Well, I want to tell the listeners you can check out Banshee Tree's website, and it's banshee-tree.com. And you can find all their tour dates. And again, you can donate to help them get a new van, help them get, have a good time on the road. And I have one more question, and this is what I call a mystery question. And this is where I'm only asking you one question, but I have 15 questions, and you pick a number between 1 to 15. And
Oh, I
that's the
love this.
question I'm going to ask you.
Question roulette. All right. Number between 1 and 15. Let's go 7.
Okay. I have to tell you, like we've done this 3 or 4 times. Everybody's picked 6.
Really?
So 7 is good because
Doing 7.
this is a different one. Yeah. You've just invented a time machine. What year are you going back to, and where are you going? What are you doing?
Oh my God. Ah, that one's so easy. The 1922,
Oh,
New Orleans, Louisiana.
okay. Okay.
The most significant event in American history happened.
Okay.
I want to hear Buddy Bolden play trumpet, and I want
Okay.
to hear Joe King Oliver's band, and I want to hear like young
Yeah.
Louis Armstrong play. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
most
Yeah.
of the music that I love was inspired by that very specific time in American history.
Like in a
And
little club.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I probably couldn't you probably couldn't miss
And
because it was
before
like
Louis
catching on like
became real famous, I would assume too.
yeah, I
22.
mean before like his influences were playing and leading bands, and I want to hear that. I think that would be the thing that I would want to hear the most in all of
That's a good answer.
time and space. Yeah, so it'd definitely be a musical quest. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. I had a great
Thank
time
you.
talking to you. So have a great rest of the day. Well, you're earlier than I am. I'm at
Yeah,
three
yeah. I'm
o'clock
just
here. Yeah,
gonna record some music.
there you go.
I got a day off. I will.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Exit music by the band 99%. This song's Bright Blue Light, Look Over the Mountain, Padlock, and Stellar J theme, used with permission from Jim Flamia at All Eyes Media. You've been listening to No Good Music. Today's interview was produced and edited by Rob J. Lilly and recorded via Zoom at the Did You Say 7 Studios in Washington, New Jersey. You can find No Good Music on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, and almost anywhere you listen to podcasts.